Thanks to watching our video presentation. Today we are going to discuss about how to become a better skeptic. Our presentation is divided into two parts. The first one is a brief introduction, and the second one is about how to improve your skepticism skills. As a mention of skepticism, the words coming to most people's minds may be negativity, distrust, or doubt. While it's not true. Skepticism actually is a reasoning process, or in another word, is a process to find evidence to determine whether the same is valid or not. Skepticism is very important in accounting era. That's because accounting standards has become more principle-based and the fair value measurement has become more popular. Both cause an increased use of judgments. The more judgments are applied, the higher risk to manipulate and misstate. Without skepticism, accountants are more likely to be deceived. They are more likely to accept inaccurate evidence to generate information. This information may mislead users to make wrong decisions and cause huge losses. Skepticism is very important, but how can we improve it? Let's turn to the next part.
Here we have to be very cautious to not be cynic. Cynicism is very different from skeptic. Cynics will always refuse to accept the ideas opposite to them, while skeptic will find relevant evidence to determine the validity of things. Being a cynic will not help us to become a better skeptic. Then, how to be a better skeptic? Firstly, you should have a questioning mindset and critical evaluation of evidence. As a professional accountant, you should look deeper than the surface problem. For example, if you are auditor to help shareholders to assess the performance of managers, you should always suspect with the information provided by managers, such as financial statements. That's because there may be moral threat if interests of agent and principals are not aligned. The manager in company may manipulate the financial statements, like make any management to create a profit fiction. Secondly, to be a skepticism, you should also deal with time pressure. As a professional accountant, when you face with massive figures and statements, the application of professional knowledge is often not a problem. Whether it's possible to write a fair and professional statement is the key point.
If you want to become good skeptics, situational awareness is a crucial precondition. Situational awareness is the perception of environmental elements and events in terms of time or space. It requires you to pay attention to your situation and react to your situation. For example, fair value is becoming more and more popular as a measurement basis, but you should know that with respect to the contingency theory, there is no one best way or approach in management or doing things. Different situations calls for different approach to deal with. So, if an auditor audits a company who uses fair value method to measure assets, auditor needs to consider both situation of the company and the assets to assess whether this method is the most appropriate one. Because if there are some assets in the company which are lack of active market, using fair value method may not be appropriate. And the final is education. For a professional accountant, critical thinking skills is an important ability to be a good skeptic. And to develop the critical thinking skills, education is an important way. We hope these tips could help you to be a good skeptic. Thanks for listening.